Okay, section 114 is titled Combining Linear Functions and is going to answer the question, what is the new function? So we're going to take two functions, combine them, that means add or subtract depending on what the sign tells you to do, or multiply and divide them depending on what the sign tells you to do, and see what their result is. Okay, this lesson is going to cover pages 20 to 23, and the objective for today is by the end of the lesson, I will be able to combine linear functions to make new functions as evidenced by graphing functions with my team. So today, you will make some predictions about the graphs that result when two linear functions are combined by adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing them. So all of the four basic operations. As you explore combinations of linear functions, you may recognize some functions you have previously investigated. What attributes do the new functions have? So for question 49, it's going to assign your team a specific pair of functions. So your team is going to have one of these guys right here, the two functions that belong to you. So team 1 is going to circle F1 and G1. Team 2 is going to circle F2 and G2, and so forth. So circle them right now so you can see which ones belong to your team. Hopefully at least one person in your team caught your team number. Okay, your task with your team. You're going to investigate the relationship between the original two functions and the different results you get from adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing the two functions. Compare the graphs of the original two functions to graph for each combined function operation. You can use the e-tool if you want, but you have to log into the textbook first. It might be easier just to go straight to the Desmos graphing calculator, or if somebody has a handheld graphing calculator, you can use that as well. So first, you're going to make a prediction, and then discuss your prediction. Then after you've drawn what your prediction is, then you're going to graph it. So don't graph it first. You're supposed to make a prediction and then tell us what happens. So turn it over to the top of page 21. At the top of page 21, you're going to write the pair of linear functions your team was assigned. So your F goes here, your G goes here. So you're going to have to flip back and forth for a second. Write those two functions there. Okay? Then you're going to graph the two linear functions. The word linear means what? Has the word what in it? Line. Has the word line in it. Okay? So they should each be lines. You should have a line here and a line here. So the F over here, the G over here. That part should be easy. Then, at the bottom, you're going to make a prediction of the shape of the new graph. The first one is adding. The second one is subtracting. The third one is multiplying. And the fourth one is dividing. Is it okay if your prediction is not correct? Yes, it's just your educated guess. Okay? So if you get it perfect, great. If your guess is way off, it's okay too. Okay? So this is just your prediction right here. Then at the top of page 22, now you're going to use your graphing utensil, whatever that may be. You can go in through the e-tool, you can go straight to Desmos, or if somebody in your team has a graphing calculator, you can do that as well. So you're going to get a graphing calculator. Sketch the graph from your graphing calculator and compare it to your prediction. How well did your team predict the results? So in your summary, you're going to say, we were spot on. We got it perfectly correct. Or we weren't anywhere close. It's fine. Doesn't matter. Okay? The domain and range, if you need help with domain and range, raise your hand and call me over to your group. But hopefully at least one person in your group knows how to do that. So you've got add, subtract, multiply, divide. And then the last thing for today is the closure on page, I think it's 23. Okay? Any questions?